Hello, and welcome to the Crystal Star Ranch. I'm Dr. Ted Kaufman. We're with you today with Dr. Ted Talks. Thanks for joining us. Today, we're going to continue our journey through the book called We, and the topic that we have on tap is peace. P-E-A-C-E. Today, find a little bit of peace within yourself and claim it. Tomorrow, you will know where to go to reclaim a little bigger piece of peace. When we stop trying to prove our perfection, we may just get the experience of it in twisted, mired mess that we've made of our lives. The effort of getting organized is rewarded with the gift of satisfaction that only comes from completion. Increased production follows inner peace, as does a more enjoyable workspace. If you haven't used it in a year, put it in your worthless box for the garage sale. Reset. Shedding your extra stuff is like cutting out a pattern and keeping only what is useful. Inner peace is found in that space between thoughts, and in between Mickey and Goofy in the Disneyland parade. Did you ever notice there is a happiness in having things and in not having things? Oh, that I might be a rainbow in someone's darkened moment. An authentic compliment, a soft touch, a genuine smile, a kind word, an available ear, and some unrequested act of caring, the path to loving service and inner peace. Years ago, I read the complete works of Ram Dass, and the one concept that continues to flame with fragrance each day since is that idea that we are all just walking one another home. This is the most pleasant description of life I've ever read. It is my ground of being for greeting each day and each person. The reactive mind produces almost 50,000 thoughts per day. Peace is found in that brief, quiet, calming solitude between those thoughts. Peace gives the performance stillness, even if the power be mighty like an ocean with no waves. Peace energizes the zone and explodes expansion of the untapped potential. If you feel you are in a black hole, let your light shine. Even a small candle dispels the darkness. Acceptance is not synonymous with indifference. We can accept something while working diligently to improve it. Peace of mind lives in the acceptance, not the change, though we can have both. To feel peace wrapped in freedom, accept this moment with its events as something you drew to you so you could get the experience and the payoff, the result of what goes with it. This process actually bashes suffering with the victim act. I went to the woods alone. I came home with peace and joy. My objective is simple. I swim in the waves of ecstasy like a swimmer strokes the waves of the sea. The search for each person's worthwhileness is a valuable journey. Peace is accentuated more by being than by having. Smile until you trick your mind into inner peace. Peace is the dark realization that wishing your life was any other way is futile. Surrender into acceptance lights the path. Acceptance is the yellow brick road to inner peace. You can fix what's not working quicker from acceptance. Character had an opportunity to win the senseless fight against a weaker colleague in front of a crowd and calmly walked away, humming a little tune without ado. Let me find peace amidst great difficulties. The experienced men say it's the wisest choice. Inner peace is most often more a function of choosing. Peace is not accomplished by rearranging events, but by rearranging our thinking. In a totally have-oriented society, it is difficult to find personal peace in just being, but it is possible. Do you have the discipline to put yourself in time? Let me start that one over again. Do you have the discipline to put yourself in a 15-second timeout before you react automatically next time? If so, you will discover how valuable 15 seconds really are. Those 10 or 20 minutes or so a month can bring immeasurable peace. Peace can even be found between the crushing rocks, beneath the tumultuous waters, under the blazing sun on a dusty, windy day. Regret is the emotion of the past. Fear is the emotion of the future, and peace, the feeling of this moment, absent regret and fear. If peace not be the next word in our political history, then in time, surely it will be the last. Stress is when writing feels like sculpting. Peace is rolling up your sleeves and sharpening the chisel. Persistence. Life's great illusion that the heart once broken becomes so strong that it can't be broken again. Bravery, the rock the wave of risk breaks against. The smallest spark can create the greatest fire. Keep trying. The first of each month offers a do-over, another chance to get it right. The inner spark of possibility never goes out. Enthusiasm is the fuel for the spark of action, and passion drives the bus. Writing is a hoot. Working at getting published, not so much. The blunders of yesterday have no weight on the blank page of today. Bring the lesson forward, forgetting the regret that sponsored it. Your pilot light for life never goes out, no matter how dire the circumstances. Starting with the smallest task allows us to experience the power of momentum. Each brick laid today is a statement defining the future. What if the world needed me to do something really good today? How would tomorrow look? How would I feel? Miracles of accomplishment can exist just beyond our beliefs to the contrary, so we must outrun our doubts. We live on life's continuous Ferris wheel of create, persist, and destroy. Create, persist, destroy. Yesterday ended last night. Next. A what the hell attitude may be the foundation for all great things to come. I've got dents, dings, scrapes, scratches, and bruises because I've been in the game, but I refuse to break. The results of our labors may not blossom until the distant future, making them of little concern to us today. So just keep working. My son Shandon is master of the workaround. It amazes me how many impossible problems can be solved this way. Like DNA forensics, the dream of yesterday is the reality of today and the hope of tomorrow. Perspective. To enjoy only life's beauty seems like only appreciating the even numbers in math. Two stonecutters work the same job in the same hot blazing sun on the same project. One was suffering, working for a very low fee. The other was reveling in building the miraculous Sistine Chapel. Only perspective determines the joy of our lives. When our astronauts were on their way to the moon, they were off course about 95% of the time. NASA had to keep making a 1 or 2 degree attitude adjustment. To reach our desired destiny, all we may need is a little attitude adjustment, if you will, in which case the sky may no longer be our limit. John Creasy got 753 rejection letters before he published 564 books. Richard Hooker, the publisher of MASH, was rejected 21 times. Babe Ruth struck out 1,330 times but hit 714 home runs. Don't quit. What if we stop blaming others for our differences, focusing more on what we have in common rather than our dissimilarities? The next time you want to complain about your doctor's fees, check the medical school curriculum and the number of years it took them to get their degrees. Most are in school for over 25 years with a 5-year internship, residency, and fellowship, and from $500,000 to $600,000 in school loans. Be thankful they survived. Doctors go to school for such a magnanimous duration that you would extrapolate that they would be rendered capable of articulating in a manner that could be expeditiously assimilated rather than all of that unintelligible, misaligned doctor speak stuff. Sesquipedalians all. The addition of talking about your problems is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Speaking of your blessings is the antibiotic. We can focus on the darkness within the stars or the stars sponsored by it. Judge me not by what I have accomplished, but by rather how far I have come. An insult from another has nothing to do with you. It is merely a projection of how he reveals himself upon the screen of life for others to observe. Better a bouquet on her piano as she plays than on her casket after. How is it that our conversation is frequently more nourishing than our sleep? Repudiate judgment, and you will be freed, a freed seed, tumbleweed. I am entertained by the movie of my life. The storyline seems to write itself, but I get to act it out and passionately feel each scene. Your inner critic is not necessarily your friend. It is not the age on your face, but the youth in your veins that counts. I am more interested in being someone than I am in proving that I am. Vulnerability is the diver on the springboard of courage. The way I used to be is no barrier to me being more now. A good sign that your relationship is working is that she wants to be with you. even when you're watching football. Her cheering for your team is a bonus. Though risk accompanies marriage, where can you get so much value without risk? The greatest untapped natural resource is the free exploring, unrestricted mind, searching out the truth as a robin searches frantically in the early morning dew for a yummy ground scoundrel. Isn't that a great word? The Big Dipper and the Little Dipper, the universe proudly displaying the power of really similar while totally different. Stronger be my thought for this day. On mental health, hell's bells, even the Liberty Bell has a crack. Sometimes you can't, and it's okay. Relatives are blood, family is choice. A great vocabulary or higher education do not a great thinker make. Education and freedom live on different sides of the same nickel, connected by the thread of justice. When our perspective is everyone is doing the best that they can, there is no need to forgive anyone because we have judged no one. When you discover you are a person you cannot live without, you discover you are already a person you can live within. Embarrassment is you being interrupted while you are saying it can't be done by someone doing it. New, valuable ideas are the freshest air to the writer, the poet, the painter, the sculptor, the musician, the athlete, the architect, the doctor, the lawyer, the farmer, the butcher, the baker, and the candlestick maker. A life well spent is a life well saved. The sun and the rooster are our friends inviting us to a do-over every day. The alarm is a sour exclamation point. The difference between success and failure may be more, but maybe no more than perspective. Allowing others to be either your validating or invalidating source is a win-lose game. Best keep that power for yourself. He who knows how will always work for he who knows why. What you think of me is none of my business because I give you neither the power to be my validating or invalidating source. I invite and encourage you to do the same for me. Opportunity, not unlike inspiration, can often be more. Opportunity, not unlike inspiration, can often be no more than an extended blink. A life lived unsuccessfully in pursuit of life's meaning is not a life wasted. Why not let today be the first day of the best part of your life? One man with the truth is more powerful than 100 with mere opinions. The edge may be dangerous, but it has a better view. Love, truth, joy, open heart, below the mind, they are triplets. Two are seldom seen without the third. Loving you is the most worthwhile thing I do. You worrying that I might leave you is like doubting the sun will rise tomorrow. If I could fold you and put you in my pocket, I would never wear a pocketless shirt again. Blood makes you relatives, unconditional love makes even friends family. Even a speck of stardust can light up the entire environment. You are that speck. I am the artist of the images in my mind, and so are you. Life gets less stressful the moment we see all human action as an expression of love or a desire to be loved. Substance, the absence of all pretense. Michelangelo saw David in the innocuous block of stone and just hacked away everything that wasn't David. See the result in your work and let it express who you are. Air, empowered by new and intriguing ideas, is most invigorating. I wonder if one can take 6 billion people in his or her arms. I just got the answer. Yep. Next. I am not done with my career until my audience says I am. How you perceive me is a reflection of how you see yourself. How are we doing? How is it that we can so readily see the need for transformation in others, neglecting the possibilities at home? Is it possible that sanity and happiness are incompatible sisters? Why do we complain so much about madness when we are all so dedicated to advancing it? I asked a waiter what his job was. He said to serve food. I suggested that it might be to serve people. He said that was the best tip he had gotten all day. Speaking of food, it's time to go feed and water the horses. This is Dr. Ted saying thanks for being with us. We really appreciate your time and hope you'll spread this with others because we want to have good, happy, uplifting thoughts permeate society, and you get to do your part. Thanks for being with us. Until then, happy trails.